Chapter E. The Morning Plan. I wake up early in the morning. The sky is still light blue. The sun is slowly rising. The air is cool and fresh. I sit on my bed for a few minutes. I think about my day. Today I have an important task. I will go to the market. My family needs many things. I feel responsible and excited at the same time. My mother comes into my room. She smiles and reminds me to buy fresh vegetables. She needs tomatoes, potatoes, onions, and spinach. My father asks me to check the price of rice. He wants to know if the price has changed. My little sister asks me to bring some bananas. I listen carefully to everyone. I know that I must not forget anything. I take a small notebook and a pen. I write down all the items clearly. Writing a list is a good habit. It helps us stay organized. It saves time and money. After writing the list, I check my wallet. I count the money slowly. I count it one time. Then, I count it again to be sure. Managing money is very important. We should always know how much money we have before we go shopping. I place the money safely inside my wallet. I also take some extra coins for small payments. I do not want any problem at the market. Next, I go to the kitchen. I drink a glass of water. I eat a light breakfast. It is not good to leave home with an empty stomach. Food gives energy. Energy helps us work better. While eating, I think about the market. The market is always full of people. It is full of colors and sounds. It is a place where people meet and talk. It is a place where buyers and sellers work together. After breakfast, I take a strong cloth bag. It is clean and large. I prefer a cloth bag because it can be used many times. Plastic bags are not good for the environment. They cause pollution. We should protect our earth. Small actions can make a big difference. Using a cloth bag is a simple but good step. I get ready to leave. I wear simple and comfortable clothes. I wear shoes that are easy to walk in. The market is not very far from my house. I can walk there in about 15 minutes. Walking is good for health. It keeps the body active. It also saves money. I say goodbye to my family. My mother reminds me again to check the quality of vegetables. I nod my head and smile. As I step outside, the morning feels peaceful. The streets are not very crowded yet. I see a few children walking to school. They carry their bags on their backs. Some shopkeepers are opening their stores. They clean the front of their shops. They prepare for a busy day. The world is slowly waking up. I walk slowly and carefully. I hold my bag in one hand and my list in the other. I read the list again while walking. I want to remember each item clearly. Planning is very important in life. When we plan well, we feel confident. When we feel confident, we make better decisions. On my way, I think about how important the market is for our daily life. We depend on it for food and other needs. Farmers grow vegetables and fruits. Workers transport them to the city. Shopkeepers sell them to customers. Many people work together so that we can buy fresh food. This thought makes me respect their hard work. I also remind myself to behave politely. Good manners are very important. I should greet the sellers. I should speak kindly. I should not argue loudly. Respect creates a good environment. A polite customer is always welcome in the market. As I get closer to the market, I start to hear soft sounds. I hear people talking. I hear carts moving on the road. I smell fresh vegetables in the air. My steps become a little faster. I feel excited to see the colorful stalls. But I also remember to stay calm and focused. Before entering the market, I stop for a moment. I check my wallet again. I check my list again. Everything is ready. I take a deep breath. I tell myself to buy fresh items, compare prices, and spend wisely. I feel proud because my family trusts me with this responsibility. I am standing at the entrance of the market. The day has just begun. My bag is empty, but my mind is full of plans. I am ready to step inside and begin my shopping journey. Chapter: The Vegetable Street. As I step inside the market, the noise becomes louder. I hear many voices at the same time. Some sellers call out their prices. Some customers ask questions. Some people laugh and talk with friends. The market feels alive and active. I walk slowly and look around carefully. I do not want to rush. I want to observe and learn. The first area I enter is the vegetable street. On both sides of the road, there are many small stalls. Each stall is full of fresh vegetables. The color are bright and beautiful. I see red tomatoes, green chilies, white onions, orange carrots, and dark green spinach. The vegetables are placed in neat piles. Some sellers sprinkle water on them to keep them fresh. The drops of water shine in the morning light. I take out my list and read the first item. Tomatoes. I walk to the tomatoes. I walk to the first stall and ask the seller about the price. He tells me the price per kilo. I thank him and move to the next stall. I ask the same question there. The second seller gives me a slightly lower price. This shows me that comparing prices is important. If I buy from the first stall without checking, I may pay more money. After comparing prices at 3 stalls, I return to the seller who offers good quality at a fair price. Kent. I look at the tomatoes closely. They are red and firm. They are not too soft. I gently touch them to check their freshness. Learning how to check quality is a useful skill. Good vegetables taste better and last longer at home. I greet the seller politely and ask him to weigh 1 kilo of tomatoes. He puts them on the scale. I watch the scale carefully. It is important to pay attention while buying. The weight looks correct. Oh, he places the tomatoes in my cloth bag. I thank him with a smile. Next on my list are potatoes and onions. I walk to another stall. The potatoes are clean and medium in size. Very small potatoes are hard to peel. Very large potatoes sometimes have bad spots inside. I choose medium ones. I check that they are not too soft. Then I look at the onions. They are dry from the outside. This is a good sign. Wet onions can rot quickly. I ask the seller about the price. He gives me a fair rate. I politely ask if he can reduce the price a little. He thinks for a moment and agrees to lower it slightly. This is called bargaining. Bargaining should be done with respect. We should not shout or speak badly. A calm voice and kind words work better. After buying potatoes and onions, I move to the spinach stall. Fresh spinach should be green and crisp. I look at the leaves carefully. They are bright and not yellow. I smell them lightly. They smell fresh. I ask the seller to give me one bunch. He ties it with a small string and hands it to me. As I stand there, I notice many different people around me. Some are young, some are old, some are rich, some are poor. But in the market, everyone is equal. Everyone needs food. Everyone talks and exchanges money. The market connects people from different backgrounds. I also notice how hard the sellers work. They sit for many hours. They wake up early to bring fresh vegetables. They depend on customers like me. This thought makes me more respectful. I understand that buying and selling is not just about money. It is about trust and effort. My bag is now a little heavy, but I feel satisfied. I check my list again. I have bought tomatoes, potatoes, onions, and spinach. I draw a small line through each item on my list. Staying organized helps me avoid confusion. Before leaving the vegetable street, I take one more look around. The bright colors, the loud voices, and the busy movement create a special atmosphere. The market is like a small world. It teaches patience, attention, and smart decision-making. With careful steps, I move toward the next part of the market. I am ready to continue my journey and learn more from this simple but meaningful experience. Chapter Sen, the Fruit Corner. After leaving the vegetable street, I walk deeper into the market. The crowd becomes thicker. More people are moving from one stall to another. I hold my bag tightly so that nothing falls. Soon I reach the fruit corner. This area looks even more colorful than the vegetable street. The smell of sweet fruit fills the air. It makes me feel fresh and happy. The fruit sellers arrange their stalls in a very beautiful way. Apples are placed in neat rows. Bananas hang in long yellow bunches. Oranges are stacked in round piles. Mangoes shine under the sunlight. Some fruits are local, and some come from far cities. I realize that many hands work together to bring these fruits here. Farmers grow them. Workers pack them. Drivers transport them. Sellers display them. The market is the final step in a long journey. I take out my list again. My sister asked for bananas. I walk to a stall that has bright yellow bananas. I know that good bananas are not fully green and not too black. They should be yellow with small brown spots. That means they are sweet and ready to eat. I gently press one banana. It feels soft, but not mushy. This is a good sign. I ask the seller about the price per dozen. He tells me the price. I compare it with another stall nearby. The other seller gives a slightly lower price. But his bananas look less fresh now. I must make a smart choice. Should I choose the cheaper ones or the fresher ones? I think carefully. Fresh fruit is better for health. Quality is more important than saving a small amount of money. So I return to the first seller and buy 1 dozen bananas. Next, I want to buy apples. Ooh, apples are good for health. They give energy and help the body stay strong. I look at the apples closely. They are red and shiny. But I know that shine is not everything. Sometimes apples look good outside, but are bad inside. So I check for soft spots or cuts. I choose apples that are firm and smooth. I ask the seller where the apples come from. He tells me they come from a nearby city. I like to ask questions because it helps me learn. The seller smiles and says these apples arrived early in the morning. Fresh arrival means better taste. I ask him to weigh 1 kilo. He puts them on the scale. I watch carefully to make sure the weight is correct. Paying attention protects us from mistakes. As I wait, I notice a small boy standing near the mango stall. He looks at the mangoes with great interest. His eyes are bright. He holds his mother's hand. His mother buys 2 mangoes for him. Kang! The boy smiles widely. That simple smile makes the place warmer. The market is not only about buying and selling, it is also about small happy moments. I also see an old man selling guavas. His clothes are simple. His face shows years of hard work. He calls customers in a soft voice. I feel respect for him. Selling fruit is not easy. He must sit there for many hours under the sun. Every seller in the market works hard to earn a living. This thought teaches me to value their effort. The seller hands me the apples and bananas. I place them carefully in my cloth bag. I do not want them to get crushed under the vegetables. Organizing the bag is also important. Soft fruits should be placed on top. Heavy items should stay at the bottom. Now my bag is heavier than before. I can feel the weight in my hand. But I also feel satisfied. I check my list again. I mark bananas and apples as completed. Crossing out items gives me a sense of progress. T shows that I am completing my task, step by step. Before leaving the fruit corner, I take one last look around. The bright colors of oranges, the sweet smell of mangoes, and the busy voices create a lively scene. The fruit corner teaches me many lessons. It teaches me how to choose fresh food. It teaches me how to compare price and quality. It teaches me patience and careful observation.